Friday format of Richmond Property Unplugged.
Right,
It's good.
Yeah, so much better.
Friday's more exciting, more.
I think so.
I have more energy on Fridays.
And Tuesdays are busy.
Oh man, they're busy.
Hectic, so this will give us a little bit more time to rattle on.
Yeah, rattle on as we do.
Mm-hmm.
So, first things first though.
Yeah.
What's happening on the weekend? Opens.
Well, we've pretty much sold everything.
Wow.
This is insane, right? We had, I think, 4 properties sell Wednesday afternoon. We negotiated from, like it was basically, we run around finalising contracts because of the stamp duty exemption finishing.
End of financial year. Yeah.
There was some real last minute sales. So, and like, I'll buy it today or I won't buy it tomorrow scenario.
Wow.
So, yeah, we had a really hectic Wednesday, big finish to the financial year, and we've had to cancel. We've got 3 opens tomorrow.
Okay. Cool.
One of them was already in the paper. That's ultimately sold. There's a new one in 4 Dunning Drive. It's a ripper, beautiful Tuscan style.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really nice. And then there's another one there that I can't remember where we're going to.
That's all right.
There's definitely another one.
Oh man, you've got properties going. Like really, in the last 6 months, it's been incredible for you, hasn't it?
So we're 2 weeks away from being 6 months old.
Yep.
And on Wednesday night, we put our 60th sale in the book. So it's been a huge.
That's brilliant.
5.5, 6 months. So it's been pretty insane, and we've got there's a lot coming on too. There's some really good stock coming on, and there's going to be a big finish. Some good land subdivisions coming on. So it's exciting times.
Fantastic.
And now it's the financial year into a new year, but it's really just July, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That's right. So, I actually read something the other day, and I just wanted your opinion on it. It was about how getting the prices of what properties are worth, and relying on data from the internet. And that I heard this person. It was actually Sri Barber. Have you heard of Sri Barber?
No.
She's actually a renovator, renovate for profit. She's like famous. She's on all the TV shows and stuff. She's an amazing woman. So if you want to know
Not
about
that famous, if I haven't heard of it.
Well, that's true. Well, no, but she does actually help people renovate, like flipping houses.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's really, really cool. Anyway, so she was saying about not relying on the data for finding out prices of, whether you're going to get ripped off or whether, suburb by suburb. She was basically saying that we really should be relying on our agents and the people in the area to give us the idea and the indication of where things are going in that area, and not rely on data.
It's good advice. It's really, really good advice. The dynamics have changed in real estate. So when I was selling real estate in 2003, 4, 5, 6, 7, one thing you didn't know was what people paid for their properties.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You had no idea. You had absolutely no idea. So therefore, if we didn't know, clearly the public didn't know. Now, everyone has that information. They know what people paid. They know who owns it. They know so much information, which is pretty scary. And I'll give you an example of a scenario I had recently where a buyer got some advice from an agent that doesn't live in the town, and the agent said to him, it was a family friend, whatever, I think you're paying too much. Based on the algorithm of what we see on the internet, he goes, I think you're paying too much. You ate too many almonds before this.
I did. It's one stuck.
Some in your teeth too. I'm
not
joking. So what people do is they get online, and it actually tells them that there's an algorithm that says what this is worth, right? And it bases itself on sales in that street or in that area, median price, etc., etc. It is most of the time never even close to being right.
That's it.
And that's the scary thing about the information that buyers have. Oh, well, the internet said it's only worth $350. That doesn't take into account what's happened inside the property, whether it's been renovated, whether it's had a new kitchen. It's got they're working on.
Shops are around the corner.
They're working on what it sold for 10 years ago.
That's it.
And then maybe the value increasing over that
That's
time.
right.
So it's really important that you do your homework on recent sales.
Yes.
Based on similarities, land values,
physically in the area as well.
Yes.
Like, it's, you know, you're never going to know the negative and the positives of a suburb unless you don't know, like, the suburb. Like, that's not going to show you on the internet, is it?
No,
like,
and a lot of these sales don't stream through for 3 months.
Yeah.
So if they're not streaming through from 3 months, 3 months ago, that was a completely different market. So we're in July. You're talking March, April. The market has kicked since then.
Yeah, right.
And from March back to January, it did crazy things. So you are literally looking at old information.
Yes.
And that's why I always say to potential vendors, you know, you've got information. We can work out what your house is worth based on comparable sales from a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months, 6 months. But is that relevant?
Yeah.
Because the market's doing,
exactly.
you know, with what happened, what's happening in the sales that we did last month, you know, there was that much intensity with buyers that this data doesn't really mean anything.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. It was really interesting.
What someone's prepared to pay based on a house that they know sold down the road, if they're prepared to pay an extra 20 grand, well, good on them.
Well, that's right.
They will pay it.
That's right. And I think everyone's like trying to remove the emotional attachment to things, but I think why not have an emotional attachment? And if you do in 10 years' time lose $15,000, what's $15,000?
Well, the thing is that not many people do in real estate.
That's right.
And it's easy to say, you know, pay an extra 30 grand, you'll get it back one day. And it's easy to say that. It all comes down to what people can afford at the time, what they're prepared to pay based on what they need for their life, for their living, for their family, etc. So, you know, you do a renovation at home, you might spend way too much. But if you're going to be there for the next 15 years, what's it matter? You get good use out of it.
Live.
So there's so many arguments. With that data, that'd be my advice. Be really careful because the internet might say it's only worth 300, but if it's completely decked out inside, that data doesn't know that.
Yeah, that's right.
So that tells a completely different story. So
that's right.
It's old data. You know, it might be a guy. A lot of banks use it and go, but you know, you're paying too much because you know. So they've got to be careful.
Absolutely, which is a brilliant segue to what we're talking about today. Like bringing in what's happening, what you can actually do inside to bring, like, you know, to get a profit or to raise the prices up a little bit.
Yeah.
In my experience, like if you've got a house that's under 10 years old, you have a little bit more scope to be able to have that transformation, and so some of the things are like really cosmetic things, and we did speak about it last week, but I just wanted to reiterate it. Like,
we're going on what we discussed last week with the things you have to do.
Yes.
To stop like the objections from a buyer.
Yeah.
And these are probably the things that really make that difference to your purchase price.
That's right.
Is what we're discussing today, right?
Yes, absolutely. And really, it's the things that when you walk in the door that you see.
Yeah.
Like they're the things first and foremost. Like to rewire a house, if you can, if it needs it, yes. But if it's, you know, don't really need it, then that's something that you.
If it's dangerous,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You know, we need to be ethical about how we do this. But it's the cosmetic things that you see, like the first things you see: paint, floor coverings, window coverings, light fittings, and even as little as like if you've got tiny little skirting boards, you can actually pull them off, put a thicker skirting board on. Yeah, just makes it feel good.
I reckon one of the most crucial parts to getting a really good quick result is just general cleanliness.
Oh yes.
Like if the house is spotless, like what it does, a buyer walks in and goes, wow, this has been really cared for. This house has been looked, and I've seen it time and time again with immaculate homes that have genuinely been so well looked after and clean. And you can sort of tell the ones that have been clean prior to going to market, but the houses that are just generally spotless, you can see it, the buyers, they react to it and they just say, and they all say, this is immaculate. Yeah. And you often get the comments, you know, it's a credit to the owners, and they have this then, well, it'll be a privilege to actually take this off them and live here because it's been so well looked after. It's such a simple thing.
It is very simple.
But I reckon it's absolutely crucial to ensuring that you getting a great result. You want to get a really good result when selling your home. That's the objective.
That's right, exactly.
So, you know, that amazing clean home will win every time.
Well, you only have to look at, have you ever like gone into a resort, you stayed at a really nice place and you've walked in, or maybe like a 2-bedroom resort or a unit or something, holiday home, and you go, oh, I could just live here.
Yeah.
I could really live here. What's lacking?
No,
what's
I haven't
missing?
because I don't go on holidays unlike you. You've been away five times.
Oh,
How's that almond going?
It's not good.
Go get some
It's
water.
not good. I'm gonna get some water. Talk
can
about
see
this.
the
I'm
sun.
gonna talk from the background.
Yeah.
But you know when you walk into it so good, it's like no clutter. There's no clutter there.
Clean, it's open. So it's clean first and foremost. It's open and spacious.
Yes.
Can I have some water too? No, I'm joking. It's open and spacious. It feels good the moment you walk in.
Yes.
It's light, so really light, open, spacious, and it just makes buyers feel good. You know, as soon as buyers walk into a home that is just on point,
No cooking smells.
it's almost an instant scenario where you're you just they want to buy it, they want to live in it, and they see themselves living there.
Absolutely.
Like you said before.
Yeah. It really is, and it's like it's the senses. Like think about the senses, like overpowering old smells of cooking smells or pets smells in the carpet. You know, it's like okay, we need to
Wet dog smell.
Yeah. It really does put a lot of people off. So, and they're in and out. They probably so don't really look at the property properly.
Yeah, and those objections that we spoke about last week, you know, they will be brought up in an open.
Yeah.
They will be.
Yes.
But when it's really, if you've got the ability to, you've got some time to get to the market, and you really want to get it right.
Yeah.
Take that extra week getting it right.
Yeah.
And make sure you, like I've got one coming on the market, not next week, the week after, and I know she's been on her hands and knees scrubbing with a toothbrush. But that's just the way. That's what some people do. They will do what they've got to do. The one I sold for the travelling campers, Josh and Michaela, they just it was already a very spotless home. But they went to the nth degree, and I got so many comments at the open in front of other buyers.
Yeah.
So it has that same.
Yeah.
It has the opposite effect to an objection. Positive. Then other people go, oh yeah, I can see myself living here too.
Yeah.
And then there's that fear of missing out, and then you go into negotiation.
That's
mode.
right. It's a different energy
Absolutely.
with an open home when there's lots of people there than if there's just things that aren't clean.
Yeah.
Grout's a big one. Grout, and you know what? It's nothing to be like feeling icky about, because grout is just one of those products that will age, that will get mold in them. It is porous.
Yeah.
So every home will have grout in showers and kitchen splashbacks, so it's just going to look a little bit dated.
Yeah.
So it's really, really important to freshen that up, give it a good clean, but you can definitely paint the grout, and it's not trying to trick anybody, because we all know that grout does that.
Yeah. So I had a property recently that sold, and they had white tiles, but when the house was built, the look was the thick grout, not the and naturally what happens, it dirties over time, right? And I said, I would do it. And they were like, okay. So they got a quote, it was $800. They're like, is it worth it? And I said, look, it's your money. I'm not spending your money, but I would do it. If it was me, I think it'll just take away. And it 100% changed the whole feel of the whole house, because it was a big home.
Absolutely.
And you went from noticing the grout like it was quite defined. It'd become quite dark over the years. That just a little bit lighter. It wasn't a hell of a lot. It was just enough to make it feel bigger.
Yeah.
It was a better area.
Yeah.
And this moment I walked in, I noticed it, and they were so happy they spent that money.
Yeah.
Because the result spoke for itself in the end as well,
Exactly.
and they are stoked. So $800, you got to have that in your pocket to outlay. Right. But at the end of the day, it was near on $600,000 home. Why wouldn't you?
Oh, that's it. That's exactly.
If you don't want to do it yourself, if you're too busy, get a professional.
That's right. And sometimes it's not just about making profit; it's the amount of time it's on the market.
Yeah.
So we think considering that, and it is. It's not a bad thing. Like that would probably last the buyer 5 years or so. And it'd be nice and fresh for that long. Everyone needs to update. Everyone does.
Yeah.
Update their grout.
So talking about a few of the things that we always speak about to clients, it's. The simple things are, or choosing the right colours, we talk about.
Yes.
Choosing the right,
that's
with
really
the boys last week, it's really making sure you get the right colours in the right spots, kitchen benches, da-da-da. The other thing we talk about is just a few light fittings.
Yes. Yeah.
That's something that it can be, can change the whole feel of the home. Just even one or two pendants, yeah?
That's right, one or two pendants, just to make it that little extra. Like we talk extra as like, just that feel really nice. But taking away 80s daggy ones that are already there makes a massive difference. The work's done for people. There's You know, I'm sure the people that want to renovate, to want to do work with the home that they buy, are looking for a cheaper buy.
That 100%.
Right? So they're not, you know, the ones that don't want to do the work, they want to move in and just live.
You don't want your buyer keeping money in there.
That's it. That's exactly right. And so they're the ones that it makes a massive difference. Light fittings, paint, floor coverings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll fall in love with it.
They will. They do.
Gardens, we speak about that a lot. I think it's just common knowledge.
Yeah.
You know,
Mow
it's
the lawns.
yeah.
Yep.
The thing, it's interesting because at the moment, obviously gardens don't look amazing. I had a client ask me this morning, he's thinking about selling, he doesn't know whether to sell now or in 2 months' time when it's greener, right?
Yep.
We see it every winter, there's not as much stock coming on the market. I think there's probably only a dozen properties that hit the market this week in Mildura, which is not much. But there's still a lot of demand out there. So naturally, you know, you've got this ultra competition with buyers because there's not much stock.
Yeah.
And then you roll into spring and October when people really then just go, and then the market floods.
Yeah.
Right? Then you still have a similar amount of buyers. It's crazy. It's hard. A lot of people don't know when's the right time.
That's right.
And it often comes down to when they're ready. But, you know, gardens are crucial, but at this time of year, also, it can be just your home that actually gets you the best price.
That's it. That's exactly right. You can actually have an emotional attachment before they even get to the backyard.
Yeah.
You know, so, and most people know that, you know, it is, you know, wintertime is really hard in Mildura for lawns, especially.
Half an hour at 5:30 every morning on a frosty morning will keep your grass clean, green.
Yeah?
That's the tip.
Wow.
I heard that the other day.
Well, that's good.
Just half an hour
doesn't burn
before
at all.
frosty, it doesn't burn, yeah.
Wow, that's really cool.
So,
great tip.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Clean and green.
Clean and green. Well done.
What else? Is that it?
What else? Yeah, I think so. I really do think it's just, what you can see, have your business hat on.
Yeah.
Like, really, if you're selling your property, put your business hat on and just, clean it up.
The one we had last week, I looked at a house that afternoon, and it was pretty cool because she had all the ideas.
Yeah.
She's been watching this show for a little while.
Awesome.
And went through the house, and she's sort of part way through the reno.
Yeah.
And she was like, had all the stuff that I think we'd spoken about and ideas, and she'd taken a few little dicky areas and turned it into something functional.
That's cool.
But there was also a few things that I said, you should probably throw a wall up, move this wall here, and gave her some more. She's like, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? Like, it's
that's
sometimes
awesome.
it's just about having the conversation.
Yeah, that's
and,
right.
you know, she's unlikely to be selling in the short term, but it was a really, like, I was there for an hour, it was good fun.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think we both got something out of it. Like, it was,
beautiful.
you know, she's wanting to create this really good space.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes it's depending on what a builder can do, but, you know, it's, I guess I see a lot of houses and knowing what buyers may object to, and simply just moving, they were going to move it anyway. I was like, rather than get rid of it, you need a hallway between your bedrooms and your bathroom.
Yep.
And that was something she didn't think of, and now I reckon she's going to have a really cool house.
Yeah,
so
that's beautiful.
Open to those combos, like it's, you know, a lot of people say, I want an appraisal, but I'm not selling.
Yeah.
You know, it's part of what we do.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. All right, so for the weekend, I've got a bit of a hot tip. If you're at loose ends, what to do?
Go to Hatta.
Yeah. If you're not going to Hatta.
That's not what you were going to say.
That wasn't what I was going to say.
Right.
If you're not going to Hatta and you're staying at home,
come to 4 Dunning Drive.
Go to 4 Dunning Drive, check it out, and then after that, go to Bunnings, get some gear that doesn't cost much, but paint the eaves outside. It makes a massive difference. We did that 2 weeks ago, 2 weekends ago, and we're just like, even me, I was just like, oh my God, it looks so different.
Yeah, you go.
It's just really, you know.
See, if I go to Bunnings, I end up spending about $500.
It's my home away from home, I know, I tell you.
So this week, if we see people painting their eaves, we know they've been watching the show.
That's true. It makes a massive difference, and it's something that can be done.
So if you're not going to Hatta,
that's right. Paint your eaves. Yeah. Absolutely.
We should do that. We should have a hot tip every Friday.
All right, let's do that.
And it's better. Fridays are good.
Yes, I love it. This is good because, you know, what are you doing on the weekend? Going to Hatta? No.
What are we doing on the weekend? Not much. I think no, I don't think we're doing
We're cleaning
much.
up. We're cleaning up
Yeah,
the
we'll be doing a bit of
backyard
the same.
and pruning and.
We got windows and doors put in our
I was going to
our
ask how the
extension.
renos are going.
Getting there,
Yeah.
slow, but getting
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Like it's,
Yeah.
but that's okay. We'll get.
Well, it's happening. It hasn't stopped.
It's hard for the builders because they're just really having trouble getting their tradies lined up. And I think that's the difficult thing at the moment. But it'll be good. It's exciting. It's starting to come together. Like I think once you see doors and windows in, that sort of starts to make it a bit real.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool.
But, work tomorrow, a bit of junior footy, and probably chill.
Yeah, nice.
Bit of gardening.
Sometimes you need some downtime. Yeah, beautiful. That sounds really good.
Paint your eaves.
Paint your eaves, guys. It makes
you're
a
not,
massive
you'll be
difference.
disappointed.
And it'll last a few years, you know. And it's
What
a job.
colour?
Ceiling white. Same as your ceilings. You should always carry your ceiling colour all the way through to your eaves.
Yeah, they do look good.
They look amazing.
Fresh,
mate.
Yeah.
And we'll have a look out the front when you go.
Okay,
but it
check it
looks
out.
really, really good.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just something that will last a long time. And it's a job done, even if you're thinking of selling in a year's time. It's already done.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not painting my eaves. Give it the tip.
You've got a lot to paint.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. If you've got any questions,
Happy Friday.
please tag us in comments below and we'll come in and do that. And yeah, happy
Shoot
Friday.
us a message.
Be safe and have an amazing weekend.
Rightio.
All right, catch you.
See ya.
Bye.